Welcome to the Vocabulary Podcast by IMS Gujarat, featuring today IMS Vocab, episode 109, words 2701 to 2725. Let us begin. Word 20701 is lave. Spelling L-A-V-E. Meaning, to wash or bathe, example. The young priest would lave the cool marble steps of the Meenakshi temple tank each dawn before the first batch of devotees arrived. Word 2702 is lawgiver. Spelling Lawgiver, meaning a legislator. Example. Manu, the ancient Indian lawgiver, is often invoked in the same breath as Hammurabi when Sanskrit teachers at Delhi University trace early legal thought. Word 2703 is lawmaker. Spelling Lawmaker, meaning a legislator. Example. The new lawmaker from Wayanad faced his first Lok Sabha session with a nervous smile and a freshly ironed white kurta, eager to begin. Word 2704 is lax. Spelling L-A-X, meaning not stringent or energetic. Example. The lax security at the Howrah station entrance allowed a stray goat to wander unchecked onto platform number 3 one busy Sunday morning. Word 2705 is laxative. Spelling L-A-X-A-T-I-V-E, meaning having power to open or loosen the bowels. Example. The Ayurvedic Vaidya in Aluva prescribed a mild herbal laxative of Triphala Churna for the elderly Malayali grandmother complaining of chronic constipation. Word 2706 is Lea, spelling L-E-A, meaning a field. Example. The green Lea beyond the old Welsh missionary bungalow in Shillong stretched down to the stream that fed the small Umiam Hydel reservoir below. Word 2707 is leaflet. Spelling L-E-A-F-L-E-T, meaning a little leaf or a booklet. Example. The student union at JNU printed a 4-page leaflet against the sudden fee hike and distributed it outside every canteen within an hour. Word 2708 is leaven. Spelling L-E-A-V-E-N, meaning to make light by fermentation, as dough. Example. The old baker at the Fort Kochu bakery used a touch of toddy to leaven his fresh loaves the way he had learned from his Portuguese grandmother. Word 2709 is leeward. Spelling L-E-E-W-A-R-D, meaning that side or direction toward which the wind blows. Example. The fishing catamaran off the Kanyakumari coast drifted steadily leeward into a sheltered cove as the southwest monsoon wind freshened. Word 27110 is left-handed. Spelling L-E-F-T-H-A-N-D-E-D, meaning using the left hand or arm more dexterously than the right. Example. The young left-handed batsman from Hyderabad was the surprise pick of the SRH squad for the IPL opener at the Uppal Stadium. Etymology note. Leaven rises from the Latin levare, meaning to lift or to make light, the same root that gives us lever, levity, elevate, levitate, and relieve. So to leaven a dough is literally to lift it light through fermentation. Picture the bat fermented appam rising golden in a Kerala stone kadai. That small lift is lavare at work in a Kochu kitchen. Word 2711 is legacy. Spelling L-E-G-A-C-Y, meaning a bequest. Example. The freedom fighter's quiet legacy to his village near Sasaram was a small primary school he had built brick by brick with his own pension. Word 2712 is legalize. Spelling L-E-G-A-L-I-Z-E, meaning to give the authority of law to. Example. The Kerala Assembly's decision to legalize homebrewed toddy on Sundays drew mixed responses from every parish along the Kottayam backwaters. Word 2713 is legging. Spelling L-E-G-G-I-N-G, meaning a covering for the leg. Example. The Himachali shepherd wore thick woolen legging beneath his kurta as he crossed the Rotang Pass with 100 sheep in early November. Word 2714 is legible. Spelling Legible, meaning that may be read with ease. Example: the new highway milestones between Bangalore and Mysore were painted in bright, large, legible numerals visible even in heavy evening rain. Word 2715 is legionary. Spelling Legionary, meaning a member of an ancient Roman legion or of the modern French Legion of Honor. Example: the schoolboy from Kochi wrote a clever essay imagining himself as a Roman legionary, sweating through gall in a copper breastplate. Word 2716 is legislate. Spelling Legislate, meaning to make or enact a law or laws. Example: the Centre decided to legislate a fresh data protection bill in the monsoon session of Parliament after the Supreme Court's cautionary ruling. Word 2717 is legislative. Spelling Legislative, meaning that makes or enacts laws. Example: the Legislative Assembly of Tripura passed the bill within 3 readings, a feat rarely seen in the smaller state houses of northeast India. Word 2718 is legislator. Spelling Legislator, meaning a lawgiver. Example: the veteran legislator from Sivaganga quietly sponsored a small amendment that would ease the daily burden of every salt pan worker in coastal Tamil Nadu. Word family: legacy, legalize, legible, legionary, legislate, legislative, and legislator all sit on the Latin lex, meaning law. A legacy is what is legally handed down. To legalize is to give legal force. To legislate is to bring forth a law. The same lex quietly runs through legal and legitimate. Picture the rows of law books in a Madras High Court library. Every spine carries a quiet descendant of the Roman lex. Word 2719 is legitimacy. Spelling Legitimay, meaning accordance with law. Example: the Delhi High Court upheld the legitimacy of the CBI's case diary despite defense counsel's strong objection about procedural delay. Word 200 is legitimate. Spelling Legitimate, meaning having the sanction of law or established custom. Example: the activist argued that the daily wage laborer had a perfectly legitimate claim to the unused municipal land where his tin shack had stood for years. Word 2721 is leisure. Spelling Leisure, meaning spare time. Example: after retiring from the postal department in Calcutta, the old Babu spent his leisure hours cataloging Rabindra Sangeet records at the local library. Word 2722 is leniency. Spelling Leniency, meaning forbearance. Example: the judge's unexpected leniency toward the first-time college offender in the Pune Juvenile Board drew mixed reactions from the local press. Word 2723 is lenient. Spelling Lenient, meaning not harsh. Example: the lenient maths professor at IIT Bombay granted every student a grace mark for the trickiest question of the surprise mid-semester quiz. Quick tip: leniency and lenient both spring from the Latin lenis, meaning soft or mild, the same root that gives us lenitive, a soothing medicine. Picture the strict Sanskrit teacher of Banaras turning lenient on the cold December morning, allowing every boy in the room to skip a verse of the Bhagavad Gita recitation. Word 2724 is leonine. Spelling Leonine, meaning like a lion. Example: the Sikh Nihang of Anandpur Sahib carried a leonine blue turban and a fierce kirpan, pacing the narrow lanes of the Gurudwara like a king. History note: leonine grows from the Latin leo, lion, a root shared by Leonidas, the brave Spartan king of the Hot Gates, and by the zodiac sign Leo. Ancient Sanskrit also borrowed the same Indo-European root as Simha, the lion of the Gandabarunda crest of Mysore. So when a Sikh Nihang paces the lanes of Anandpur Sahib with leonine calm, an entire pride of Indo-European lions stands quietly behind him. Word 2725 is lethargy, spelling Lethargy, meaning prolonged sluggishness of body or mind. Example: a strange collective lethargy settled over the entire staff of the Vadodara Municipality Office every monsoon afternoon, slowing every file to a standstill. Thank you for listening to the Vocabulary Podcast by IMS Gujarat.